And then you should see it up here. All right, we're live at the rink. Some of the girls here are lining up at the door. We'll be getting ready to go. Got about 3 minutes before the official game start time here. We got Centennial Spring Lake Park 10U B1 versus the Forest Lake 10U B1 team. Coming off of a loss and then a tie yesterday, so hopefully we're progressively slowly getting more aggressive to where we lost the first game, tied the second game yesterday, 0-0. Still
crushed the other team the last two.
Hopefully we just destroy the S. If we have a prayer, we have to win this game and probably tonight to have any chance at playing tomorrow. Only the top 2 seeded teams from our Pool B, we're in the Pool B, only the top 2 teams from each pool go on to play in the semifinals tomorrow. They're both at 8 o'clock and then a championship game at noon. So top 2 teams from each side go on, the rest are eliminated. So 4 games guaranteed is it. So girls need to come out fired up and be flying out there and be willing to be aggressive this game. I believe Forest Lake has lost 1 game. Don't know how they did on their second game yesterday, so hopefully
they lost that too.
Hopefully they suck. Just
fingers crossed.
Be blunt. They need to suck.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing pretty sucky.
We have been. we need to pound our bubblers and get going.
Yeah. Feed your kids some liquid drugs in the form of caffeine.
Oh my goodness.
It's a drug. I
Okay.
like real drugs. Come on.
Take it down a notch, Billy.
Not real drugs. I would never advocate for that.
I would like to warn everybody right now that I will be live streaming without Billy, hopefully for the second game, and it's going to be rough. So
we'll see.
Well, we for sure won't have the fancy microphone, so that for sure is going to be rough.
Yeah, but you sound better. When I don't have the fancy microphones, my voice is so
Billy just
dang loud and I scream and I get too loud. I've gotten a little bit better about it because I was killing my voice. I got to do a doubleheader today as I got to stream my son's game this afternoon or this evening at the same time the second game's going on. For whatever reason, we're having a little bit of frame rate issues, so hopefully it's not too choppy at home. You want to chime into your app and make sure that it's streaming okay on YouTube?
Yeah, with this big picture, sure.
Well, one of the kids is out here at Sunrise dumping out pucks, so the girls should be hitting the ice down here. We're the away team. Will be dressed in black. Forest Lake's got the white jerseys on today, which are always more ugly than the black jerseys. I think our black jerseys are the best.
I love our black jerseys.
I do too. The white jerseys are a fail.
I wouldn't say a fail, but
they're just not special.
The black ones look sharp. We look
agree.
mean in our black jerseys, and I like it.
I agree. Hopefully it makes them feel mean and they play mean, although it didn't really help yesterday.
Well, you know what? We did not lose, at least. And I think Coach Dan said that we have not lost in our black jerseys yet. So
we tied. Yeah, I suppose.
Tied, which is close to a loss.
Well, we're streaming pretty well now. That's what you want to see. I'm trying to give Sarah an education on this. So 30 frames per second. And then as long as this is up in the 2,000, 6,000, you ideally want it to be up near 6,000 gigabytes per second. Should be streaming nicely and no glitches at home.
Copy that, Billy.
Over and out. And we get the buzzer. We just don't have any refs yet. I think that's what they're waiting for, is the refs to hit the ice. But
oh, I see one.
Oh, they're coming out. They heard the buzzer. They're over there coming out of their dressing room.
Oh, there's one, I mean.
Zebras are taking the ice and...
Zebra.
Yeah, there'll be 2.
Well, I hope so.
If not, he's going to have to skate really fast.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, he doesn't look that great in shape. I mean, he might struggle.
I don't think we should be talking
about
that.
I would struggle too. Girls are on the ice. Warm-ups will start here. I think we'll probably have Faith back in net. I wonder if they're going to do a straight game or they're going to alternate.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The girls had agreed to just play a straight game of goaltender, and we'll see that they alter that plan. Still only the single ref with the door open.
Tying up his laces.
Next guy's going to come off the ice. He's going to take fire here as the ref door is open still. The girls are firing. Better have his helmet on and maybe some face shields on.
Yeah.
Coming out of that locker room. I did not get a good chance to really get the lowdown on this team and the tournament with work this morning. I did rush before I left for work this morning to update your scoreboard. So as we get going, you'll be able to see the scoreboards updated. Charlie Truzo, Sadie's brother, is going to be helping us out again with the scoreboard. Also the best neighbors ever.
Oh, yeah. You bet.
Get it so you can actually see this. I don't know, we can try to look up the event here on my work phone.
Okay.
Got internet on that one. Let's take a look here.
This other ref better hurry up. We're running into less than 2 minutes now on warm-ups. Only one strike. I'd like to thank our viewers for tuning in. Today we heard that we had international viewers, Billy, so shout out to those.
Yeah, Austria. Was that Clara's?
Yeah.
Claire's
Relatives are watching.
Claire's would it be an aunt, I think, as her mom said, her sister. So she is watching from Austria. We're international.
We are.
We're really not that good.
No, it's definitely not for us, let's be honest. Oh, look at now we got 4 refs. Holy moly.
Standing in a dangerous place.
Yeah. Someone's gonna get a puck right to the back.
It serves them right. They probably made a bad call at some point. Oh, I clicked on the wrong pool. 10B will be. There we go. All right, so yeah, yesterday, it looks like the Spartacats and Shakopee tied each other. Forest Lake lost to Wayzata only 2-0. Maybe I was right. Maybe Forest Lake's gonna be better. Well, but then the Spartacats beat the Forest Lake yesterday 6-1, and obviously, and then Shakopee and Wayzata have tied 3-3. So
Spartacats had 3 games yesterday.
Oh, and then yeah, tied 0-0 against us. Yeah, they had 3 games. They must not play today. Or no, they probably only have 1 game today.
Yeah.
And then today, Forest Lake lost to Shakopee. Was that yesterday? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm mixing all these up. Day 1, I was looking, I thought it was down. So day 1, we lost 4-1 to Wayzata. Shakopee beat Forest Lake 8-1. Then we tied Spartacats 0-0. Wayzata tied Shakopee yesterday 3-3. And also yesterday, Forest Lake got defeated by the Spartacats 6-1. Today, Wayzata beat the Forest Lake team 2-0, and Spartacats and Shakopee tied 2-2.
Huh.
So I don't know, this could be closer than we thought.
Interesting.
I have no idea. Let's see standings, if I can load that.
Probably not.
So the
concrete jungle.
So the standings are Wayzata's in the lead with 5 points. Spartacats and Shakopee are tied for second and third with 4 points each. We have 8 points, and Forest Lake has none. So we have a chance here.
I think we do.
Starting lineups are going to be called here. Forest. Oh no, wait. We should be going first, shouldn't we? Looks like Faith will be starting us off in net. Brooklyn is going to be starting. Probably kind of hard to hear the announcer. That's going to be Hazel Lewis.
Libby.
Oh, Libby Gross. Emery. That's Emery Carlson. And Naya, that's going to be your starting lineup. The rest of our team. And Forest Lake, I don't really care. Just hope we beat them. Play ball! Oh wait, that's wrong sport. Sorry. Sorry. Alright. Let's get our camera set up a little bit better. We can a little bit better of an image. Looks like coach there did some lineup changes there with that lineup. Must be trying a different strategy.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still missing Hazel Thacker. Shame on her and her family. Going to shame them.
No, Billy. Good grief.
No, they're lucky wherever they're at, vacationing. Hopefully I'm missing all this nasty snowfall we got. All right, the dropping puck. Libby took the face off. Puck goes back to Forest Lake. Forest Lake's going to carry it into our zone. They cut wide. Shot attempt, but it goes wide of the net. Goes back behind our goal. Naya's there to try to stop her. Hazel picks it up along the board. She passes it over to Emery. Emery's going to try to cut wide. Emery's carrying it up the outside board. She's just going to chip it deep in the zone. Naya hot after it into the corner. Emery there stepping up to support. Forest Lake first to it. They're going to send it back behind our net. Naya's over there to it. She offers pressure, disrupting the play, trying to clear it. Forest Lake's able to get it out there, but Hazel's there to stop any progression. Hazel still maintains possession. She throws it cross ice over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn enters the zone. Brooklyn throws one on net. Goalie saves it. Rebound by Emery. Puck is loose there. And we bury it.
On the board.
Early goal by the girls. Not certain who got that, if Libby got her stick on it, but great teamwork by the girls as they pressure early on in this game to create a 1-0 lead.
And that is why we crash the net every single time.
Libby leads the handshake line there, so I'm guessing she's the one who got her final stick on there. Great effort by the girls. Looks like we're going to have Audrey Fitzpatrick up playing at center. She's got Kinsley Hamas and Sadie Truzo at her wing. She wins the faceoff, goes over to Sadie. Sadie dumps it into the zone. Forest Lake's first to it. They try to clear it out. Janie's there on the blue line. She sends one in front. Intercepted by Forest Lake, but Audrey Fitzpatrick is pressuring her. Puck drops back to Clara. Clara continuing to try to hold the zone. Forest Lake able to pop it out in the neutral zone. Sadie Truzo, though, picks it up. Drops it back to Janie. Janie's going to throw it up the far side boards. Goes over to the blue line where Forest Lake is able to pick it up and carry it back into the neutral zone. Kinsley's going to grab this. She's going to try to dump it into the zone. Comes back out, and Audrey's going to pick it up. Audrey dumps it into the far side corner. The announcers here have their mics turned up so loud that you can't understand a thing they say and they just echo, so I couldn't even hear myself there.
Sounded like that Charlie Brown's mom.
Clara tries to connect with a pass to Audrey. It gets tipped into the zone, so no icing, but it goes deep behind the Forest Lake goaltender.
Oh!
Puck gets slapped out and goes to Forest Lake. They're going to be able to get it out. Jane Anaya, though, after it. Sadie Truser on her heels. Oh, and a great play by both RD, and they get it back out to center ice. Forest Lake coming in there. Audrey coming in aggressively. Forest Lake, though, still being able to maintain possession. Puck gets jumped over to the corner. A good play by Allie to force the play over there. Forest Lake grabs possession of this and carries it back into our zone.
Brooklyn there to stop her.
Yeah, Brooklyn's playing D today. A lot of lineup changes here. I guess it wasn't working the other day, so I kind of like the idea of changing up the lines to see what works.
Yeah.
Battle continues along the far side boards. Brooklyn steps up,
Nice.
dumps it further into the zone.
Come on, Bob.
Bob there goes in and dumps it deep in behind the goaltender. Bob's back on D today. He was playing forward as a winger yesterday. Brooklyn, she sends one on almost on net. It just goes wide behind the goaltender. Puck comes to the near side boards. Bob steps up to try to hold the zone. She's able to do so.
Oh, it puts it on
She throws
net.
one on net with a rebound out front.
Oh,
Girls
yes.
are in there pressuring. Oh, another shot. Great save by that goaltender as Allie was in there.
Nice backhand. I thought it went in for a second, Billy.
Puck comes to the near side board. Bob dumps it in deep into the corner. Natalie is there trying to grab it. Comes back out. Audrey French off the bench. Comes out. Shot. Rebound goes to Allie, and Allie buries this as we go up 2-0.
This is how we need to play every game. Attack, attack, attack.
I think Allie got that one, but it could have been Audrey. Could you tell who actually buried that?
Oh, I got too distracted because I was so excited.
I'll have to load the game sheet here, so I should be able to see it here. Puck goes forward into the offensive zone. Emery picks it up. She's going to carry it in. Shot goes off the blocker, the goaltender, bounces behind the net. Emery's there to pick it up. She drops it all the way back to, who is that, Hazel?
Yes.
Oh, and the puck comes back out as I'm trying to look at my phone at the same time. Once again, the guy's got his microphone. I think he's swallowing that thing over there. He can't hear a thing.
I don't know what you're talking about, really.
It's a Charlie Brown adult announcing here. Forest Lake picks this up. They're going to dump it deep in our zone. That should be an icing.
Yep.
And this ref knows what's up. They call an icing. Nobody tipped that one today. All right, let's take a look here. I might be able to load who got that last goal.
Audrey's taking the face off here.
I'm not certain who got that goal.
Claire's holding the blue line, doing great. Kinsley's coming out to the side, tries to take a shot. No luck. She's around the back of the net.
Still no updates
just
on game
out
sheet.
of the reach of Audrey, unfortunately. Nice job by Claire holding the blue line. She's not letting anything by her.
Kinsley in there to pressure. Audrey intercepts a clearing attempt by Forest Lake. She gets a shot on goal, but a save by the goaltender.
Once
Clara.
again, Clara says nah.
Claire's got a brick wall going on that blue line, but Forest Lake finally able to chip it out to the middle. Brooklyn comes in hard. Big old swing. She's got to be careful not to get a slashing there. Oh, and the girls go hard down there. As Kinsley, the brick bowling ball. Oh, and she checks on the girl as she goes down together. Kinsley will back up, and the teammates will come to her aid. And it looks like Kinsley might be going to the box.
Oh, she's going to the box.
For a little checking action, I think. See what they call her for. Kinsley to the sim bay, and the girl's still down here. Out of respect, I'm not going to put her on the frame here. Try to figure out who had that goal here. I don't know if that's going to do live updates on the Live game updates. Let's take a look here. See if I can find our game again. And she's back up. Looks like she's going to be okay. Yeah, for some reason they're not updating it. Just says end of first period, which is not even correct as we're still in the first period. Well, we're going to go on our first penalty kill. It's like coach is going to decide to go with Audrey Fitzpatrick, Sadie Truzo, Brooklyn, and who is that out there at D?
Clara.
That's going to be Clara out there at D. I'll be your PK line. Kinsley's in the box for a minute. I'm guessing for a check or something of that nature.
Well, you won't be able to hear it when they announce it. I'll tell you that.
No. Well, maybe he'll pull the mic out of his mouth. Not eat it. Clara with a clearing attempt. It goes to the blue line. Forest Lake able to hold this. Clara again trying to get this. Puck goes back behind the goaltender. Brooklyn swipes out and picks this up. And just like that, we're going to get an interference call. And Brooklyn's going to join her friend. Apparently, oh no, it's Clara's going to join Kinsley. And we're going to be down 2 girls. 2-girl advantage here.
I don't know how that was interference.
Yeah, I don't know. Did she intentionally hit her stick out of her hand? I don't know. I guess.
Who cares? They're supposed to hold on to their own stick.
I'd agree. If they were playing for the puck, it shouldn't have been a interference, but we'll see. I don't think we need it. Libby trying to win the face-off. Puck goes out in front. Oh, and it just dribbles by. His faith wasn't against that post. I don't think she was realizing she was preparing for the one-timer. Libby picks this puck up. She chips it off the glass. Can't beat the defenseman. Defenseman on the blue tries to get one on net, but it hits traffic in front. Janie's able to get it out of the zone. Libby chips it up to her own feet by kicking it, and she's going to carry it into the zone. She goes deep into the zone, centers it. They go down in the corner, and Forest Lake comes back up with this. They're going to carry it back out of the zone. 15 seconds left of this first penalty with Kinsley.
Nice job.
Janie gets in the way, blocks the puck, goes into the corner. Janie sends it around the far side boards. And the puck's going to dribble out.
There you go. Nice pressure by Libby.
Kinsley fresh out of the box. She's going to jump on the board, and we're going to get Natalie off the boards.
Come on,
or
Natalie.
off the bench.
She is ready.
Natalie uses some brute force to bust through there, but Forest Lake comes up with this. They're going to come back into this zone. Natalie, though, just strips her of the puck. She does a cross-ice pass, but she passed it off sides, unfortunately, and she was coming in with speed and tried to go across ice over there to Allie.
And we're back to full strength.
Just like that PK was killed. Those minute penalties go really quick.
Yeah.
Surprised we're not doing a minute and a half. I mean, normal regulations minute and a half.
Weird, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, we'll take
At
it.
least for us.
Yeah, I would agree. Nice job by Audrey Fitzpatrick there on winning that faceoff. Goes back to Bob. Bob dumps it deep into the zone. Forest Lake picks it up behind their goalie. Allie is pressuring. Now Natalie behind the net. Forest Lake throws it around the near side boards. Comes into the corner. They're going to pick it up and try to carry it out of the zone. They get it out of the zone, but not before we take it back away. Battle area on the near side boards. Puck gets dumped into our zone. Audrey Fitzpatrick picking this up. She's going to carry it around the back of our goalie. Cuts up to the middle. Oh, and goes down.
Oh, that's a...
Uh-oh, and she's still down, as I think...
really close to the face.
And we're going to get a whistle as Audrey's still down. It looks like she's crying, and hopefully she's okay. She fell and had that girl land right on top of her. Oh, it's fine. Girls are around her. If I know Audrey, she's tough. She'll be back up here in a minute and probably be upset at the other girl.
Yeah. And she'll show her what's up.
And she'll come out even more fired up than before. Very hardened personality on Audrey. And coach is talking to her. Let's check this game sheet out again. And she's back up. Yep. Heading to the bench. Skating under her own power, that's always a good sign. We'll get a defensive zone draw here. Libby's back out on the ice to take Audrey's position. You'll have Allie out there with her. Bob out at D, Janie on D, and who is that, Emery? No, Natalie will be out there with her. Libby takes the face-off. Puck goes to Forest Lake. Forest Lake tries to cut it up the middle. They're able to hold the zone. Shot attempt. Hits Janie, and she's able to chip it out, and Forest Lake brings it back in off sides. We're going to get a change here. It looks like we're going to have Emery in the face-off circle. Sadie and Naya will be on her wing. Emery does a nice job winning it back to her D, but Forest Lake comes hot out of the gate and beats it to the D. Shot attempt by Forest Lake, but they fan on it. Emery picks it up. She's going to carry it out of the zone. She's got speed here. She goes wide. She's going to try to dump it in. Unfortunately, Forest Lake had slowed her progression here. Clara trying to chip it in the zone. Forest Lake grabs it. They're going to bring it back out. Clara again picks it up. She sends it to the near side boards. Hazel grabs it, but Forest Lake gets there and gets a stick on it, sending it back behind our goaltender. Oh, and Naya
icing, I think.
Or Clara just decides to clear it out of the zone. We should get an icing, but probably a smart play. It was dangerous right there as they were starting to circle. And sometimes you just got to break up the play and get a little fresh start going to disrupt the play. Libby's going to be back out on the ice.
I think you mean to snuff out any sparks they have.
There we go. Yeah,
okay,
that works. That works. They picked up what I was putting down. Libby back. She wins it over. Allie grabbed it and tried to send it out of the zone. It got intercepted. Kinsley's going to pick this up and carry it back behind our goaltender. She cuts out wide, trying to force her way up the outside board, or the near side board here. Hits some traffic into it, and I believe we got an offsides.
Oh, not the little punch in the head? Okay.
Yeah, that's hockey. Punch her back. Libby will be in the face-off circle again. Puck drop goes back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn ships it into the neutral zone. Allie was in pursuit, but Forest Lake got there first. Brooklyn trying to clear the zone, gets traffic. Brooklyn again able to get it out to the neutral ice. Forest Lake girl kept herself on sides by kicking it out of the zone. Libby picks this up. She tries to cut up wide. Kinsley in pursuit now into the zone. She's got Allie. Kinsley goes out in front as Allie picks it up. Forest Lake comes up with this. Kinsley disrupts that play by getting a stick on it. Allie comes in to support. Allie's trying to fight Forest Lake there for it. Puck comes back to the boards. Bobs is going to grab this on the blue line. Shot, but it hits traffic in front and bounces out of the zone. And Forest Lake picks this up, and she's on a rush. But Brooklyn comes in, does an amazing job. Rebound out in front. Brooklyn clears it. Great back check by Brooklyn. Faith did her job, and then Brooklyn cleared it to the corner. That was an amazing play there. Oh, no, and I think Brooklyn's going to go for a slash. Yep, Brooklyn got a slash there. Slash that girl. She'll go to the sin bin for a minute. Think about her actions. I like the level of aggression they're playing with, though. I mean, occasional penalties are going to happen in hockey. You're probably not flirting the line hard enough and playing hard enough if you're not going occasionally to the boards, or hard enough and you're not going to the box occasionally. Natalie's back in the face-off circle on this one.
Well, we're waiting for them to put the penalty up on the scoreboard. There it is.
Emery's on her right wing. Janie's out there. Janie grabs this and tries to get it out of the zone. Forest Lake D stops it. Shot attempt, but Janie again with a great stick. She's trying to clear it. It bounces up in front. Puck goes to the far side corner. Emery was hot after it. Clara sends it around the boards. Forest Lake can't get there in time, and Natalie almost gets a breakaway there. She came flying out of the zone. 30 seconds left. Puck goes over in front of Faith, and she's just going to cover. 30 seconds now left of this power or penalty kill. 1:36 left of the first period. Another defensive zone draw with Libby in the dot. Forest Lake is finishing up their change. I think there's still a girl short. Oh yeah, here they come. Face-off goes over to the center. Our girls clear it back to the corner.
Nice
Bob
job
gets
by
it,
Hazel.
throws it around the corner. Hazel comes up and grabs this. She's going to chip it up the near side boards, trying to get it to Naya. Hazel dropping back to pick this up. She tries to pass it over to Libby. Libby gives it right back to her. She was getting pressured by Forest Lake. Forest Lake centers it. Puck out in front, but our girls doing a nice job getting sticks on it. Forest Lake shot from in front, but hits traffic. Our girls again able to clear it out from in front. We're back to full strength. As Sadie Truzo is coming out of the gate. Bob picks this up and loses it right out in front. Sadie out front. Oh, Sadie coming out with gets a good stick on that. Sends it over to Faith, and Faith just covers it.
That is why we don't skate with the puck in front of our net.
Dangerous
Give all the parents
plays.
a heart attack. Maybe it's me.
We'll get a Libby face-off again. Got Sadie out there with her. Puck comes over to Naya. Naya's going to grab it, tries to get it out, but Forest Lake able to hold it. Libby's going to pick this up. She chips it out of the zone into the neutral ice. Forest Lake's able to first get to it, and they fumbled their own puck a little bit and causing offsides with our girls. Libby will remain on the face-off circle here. Puck one back. Sadie's trying to pick it up. Libby steps in to support.
There we go.
Libby jumps it in deep. Naya in hot pursuit goes back there. Trying to clear the zone, but Clara is able to hold it. She tries to get it in. Forest Lake
Nice.
not able to clear it either again as Janie stepped up. Shot on goal, but a save by their goaltender. Forest Lake grabs it and gets it out of the zone.
11
Janie
seconds
stepping up.
left of the period.
Janie stepping up and trying to get it out, or trying to clear it up. Sadie's battling for it. She grabs it, throws it over to Naya. Naya goes down on the play, but Audrey picks it up, and we get the buzzer. End of first period, 2-0. And Johnny on the spot with advancing us to the second period.
Woo.
On the.
Who said you can't find good help these days?
I know. You just need to train their own kids.
Yeah, no kidding.
At one point up to like about 15 viewers. We're back down to 8.
Oh.
Well, the girls just need to keep up doing this. Try to stay out of the box. Obviously, that kind of shifted the momentum a little bit. 3 penalties in a very short period of time. Going into the box. If we can stay out of the box.
Still maintain it should have been just 2 penalties.
Well, it is what it is. I don't know what exactly happened there. I missed the full play, so overall the girls are playing much better than they did yesterday, and hopefully they continue up with this level of aggression and keep the puck moving in the right direction. Buzzer should be sounding here in about 5 seconds, and we'll be starting the second period. Looks like Audrey Fitzpatrick will be out here for this first face-off. She'll have Allie and Kinsley at her wing. She'll have Brooklyn and Bob out there as the D. I hope
Faith is staying in net.
I hit Elin actually likes being called Bob.
I think that either she or her dad would let us know if she didn't. So
I hope. Please
take notes
do.
and let me know, or let Billy know.
Puck comes back out into the neutral zone. Brooklyn's there. Dangerous play as she was the only one back. Bob gets up there and she ships it up to Kinsley. Audrey picks it up. Audrey's going to carry it into the zone here. Shot on goal, but the save by the goaltender. Rebound gets gobbled up, and she covers it. We'll get an offensive zone draw.
Love that Allie was right there, though, and she was ready if that puck was going to pop out at all.
Gotta be careful not talking on top. Those are getting too many. Audrey will again take the face off. Looks like we changed up our wingers here. So we got Natalie out there again with, what is that, Allie. Forest Lake grabs this here now. Can't clear the zone yet as the girls doing a nice job pressuring. Oh, and they finally able to get it out of the zone here. They're going to carry it out. Brooklyn on the nice stick, or no, Hazel there with a nice stick. Janie picks it up and brings it around. She's going to send it up to Naya.
That's Allie.
Naya, they're able to get it out of the zone. Audrey in hot pursuit. Puck comes into the zone. It goes into the corner. Forest Lake picks it up. They try to clear it, but Janie picks it up. She sends one towards the net. Gets deflected by a Forest Lake stick wide. Natalie was the first there to it. Hazel's able to hold the zone here on the blue line. Shot gets traffic in front, and Forest Lake's able to clear it. Good job by Janie as she dumps it back in. Natalie keeping it deep by throwing it back behind the net. Audrey's first to get it. She tries to shoot, but hits a Forest Lake stick. Battle on the far side boards here. Natalie centering this. Oh, and Allie just couldn't get her stick on it. Natalie again with a great play. They keep it. Allie trying to step up. Can't get a shot off though, and Forest Lake's able to clear. It's going to come back down. Audrey with speed comes out and picks this up. She's going to carry it back out of the zone. Natalie grabs it. She picks it up. Natalie throws it over to Audrey. Audrey loses it temporarily on her feet. Janie almost has it as Forest Lake exits the zone. And now Hazel is back. Shot by Forest Lake, but it goes right into the pads of Faith there, and Faith covers it up, and we get a whistle. Great shift by these girls.
Yes.
Coming out of this period, buzzing already.
Nice defense by Hazel too, not getting sucked in, playing perfect position right there.
Got 9:43 left in this second period. Libby's back out in the face-off dot. She's going to try to win it forward to herself. Doesn't work out as Forest Lake grabs it. Our girls all over it though, and offering too much pressure for Forest Lake to can handle. Trying to get it out. Forest Lake D holds. They try to bring it up the middle. Can't get through. Forest Lake still maintaining zone pressure. Pass it over, but Clara's going to grab this. Clara's going to carry it over. She's going to pass it over to Brooklyn. Just out of the reach of Brooklyn, but Brooklyn's going to rush it in. Shot from an angle, but the goaltender saves and covers that one up for a whistle.
Once again, we're coming in for that rebound. Great to see Libby right there if that goalie just fumbles it just a smidge.
And I really like on that play is that the D recognized that they had the play. Clara rushes it up, sees that Brooklyn's a little bit further advanced than her, so she passes it up to her, and then Clara crashed the net. So if there was a rebound, she would have been right there for it. So that's the kind of stuff we like to see. Emery stripping Forest Lake of this puck. She cuts out wide, blocks it in, shot, but it goes, it doesn't get off because Forest Lake gets a stick on it. Forest Lake picking this back up. They're going to carry it back out. Brooklyn intercepts it. She sends it over to the side. Naya grabbing it. She tries to chip it over, but Forest Lake stops it. And Clara dumping it deep into the zone. Emery's first to it. She tries to center it, but it hits the skate of a Forest Lake player. Kinsley's fresh off the bench, steps in there to pressure. Audrey grabbing the puck on the far side boards. She takes a shot. It flings way up high, actually shot on goal. Kinsley grabs this, sends it right on front, and Emery almost had a one-timer. Great play by the girls. Kinsley grabs this, she backhands it right into the pads. Puck is loose, they continue to bang away on it.
Referee? Did they hate us today?
Ref blows the whistle as the girls had a loose puck, and right as the whistle got blown, she finally got a glove on it, but it was loose there when the whistle was blown.
Must have lost sight of it.
His angle, I'm sure he lost sight of that puck and thought it was covered. I don't blame him.
Yep.
Audrey Fitzpatrick back in the face-off dodge. She's had a great face-off percentage here. She wins it over to Kinsley. Kinsley rips a shot, but it's traffic in front. Rebound to Audrey Fitzpatrick, and she scores. 3-0. The girls have no mercy on this Forest Lake team. Great play. Kinsley got the first shot off. It rebounds off the goalie. Audrey was standing there with her stick on the ice and buried it. Exactly the kind of pressure we need to be doing. She's going to stay on the ice. Audrey wins it over to Kinsley. Kinsley chipping it in. Oh, and Forest Lake grabs it and keeps it out of their zone.
Oh!
Hazel trying to pass it over to Audrey. Audrey grabs this, doesn't like the pressure. She's going to carry it back around to the net. She passed it over to Hazel. Puck gets out of her reach. Forest Lake tries to throw one on net. Set behind the goal. Bob picks this up. Bob's going to carry it out of the zone.
Nice, Bob.
She cuts up the middle, but she's got the speed. Kinsley stays on sides just barely. Bob throws one. Just goes wide of the net and goes back behind it. Comes out to the near side boards. It's going to fall out of the zone. Hazel picks it up, gives it back to Bob. Bob decides to dump it into the zone. Sadie's in pursuit of it. Forest Lake, though, grabs this. They're going to carry it back out.
Oh, no, we got one down.
And that blue line tripped Hazel. She goes down. Bob grabs this on the far side board. Hazel freshly getting back. Forest Lake continues to pressure. It gets sent to the near side corner. Bob out there to pressure. Disrupting Forest Lake's play. They're having quite the fierce battle. Center attempt. Forest Lake right out in front. Oh my gosh, and Sadie gets in there and disrupts that. Kinsley drops back to try to help out. What a play by the girls to tag team, and we get an arm up, and we're going to get a Forest Lake penalty, and we're going to be on our first power play.
You see Faith? Man, she was on it. This guy. Oh, man. Super Rip 6 power play.
As I get some laughs. We're going to be coming down here for the offensive zone draw. Libby's line will be back out there. She's going to have Allie at wing along with Natalie. That Clara and Janie out there as D. Big opportunity here. Libby wins it right out in front. Goes over to Natalie. They try to fire a shot, but intercepted by Forest Lake. Forest Lake's able to get it out of the zone, and they spring themselves at an almost 2-on-1.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and it's a 2-on-0 now coming in. Shot. Faith with a beautiful save on the shorthanded breakaway.
She was not even sweating back there. She was ready.
She stood her ground tall, even though she's not tall, and saved that beautifully.
Towels on the inside.
Yeah, the towels on the inside, right? Libby winning that face-off over to Natalie.
Nice
Natalie
little touch
grabs
there.
this. She's going to be able to get it out of the zone. Forest Lake brings it back in offsides. So we'll get a neutral zone face-off. Coach decides to leave the same pairing out there as we got 33 seconds left of this power play. Forest Lake's going to come up with this. Libby just goes right around and grabs it, though.
Ooh.
She chips it into the zone. Forest Lake will be first to it, but not before Allie gets there.
Nice.
Gets her stick on it. Natalie's with Allie. They both tag team it. Allie's trying to go right out in front. Forest Lake, though, is doing a good job getting sticks on sticks, and Janie steps up, able to hold the zone. Had a little bit of a mix-up with Natalie there on the blue line, and Forest Lake is coming back our way. Allie is doing a good job taking away the angle and chases her down, gets a stick on it. Libby picks it back up. She's going to carry it back in through the neutral zone. Cuts right around everybody. Libby with a shot, and she paints the corner for another goal. 4-0, Libby walking around everybody on that one. Skates it in on her own and paints it into the right top corner. Makes it look easy.
Yes, she does.
Beautiful play.
I think Coach gave him the Miracle on Ice speech before the game.
I don't know, whatever he did. And these lineups are working much better than yesterday. I think the change in the lineups, I actually like the Audrey playing center versus D. She's playing great lately. And Brooklyn, Audrey just won that one. Goes back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn dumps it in deep. Goes just wide of the net, actually. Oh, and Naya's first to it. Naya's battling. Forest Lake, though, takes it from her, and they're going to try to get it out of the zone. Forest Lake cutting up to the middle. They're able to get it off the boards and chip it out. They're going to carry it up. Shot attempt goes wide of the net. Bounces out to the other side. Ooh. Brooklyn tried to grab it. Forest Lake come flying up there and tried to shoot it. Again, missing the net though. Bob sending it around to the far side boards. Naya's there to try to grab it. Supported by Audrey and Brooklyn. Brooklyn picks it up. Brooklyn's just going to skate it. She's got support by Emery. Brooklyn takes a hard shot, throws it on net, and the goaltender is able to save it. Emery and Audrey crash the net, and the Forest Lake players take some exception to that and start giving her a little shoving action. That seems to be pumping up Audrey as she looks. Look at her going.
Definitely gave her
Audrey's fired
the glare.
up. Audrey wins that by just slamming it behind the net. Forest Lake, though, able to come up with this, and they're going to try to get it out of the zone. Audrey steps up and disrupts that play, not able to clear it initially. Rebound goes back to Forest Lake, and they're able to get it out. Brooklyn passed it over to Bob.
Oh, no.
Bob tries to get it up. Dangerous pass there, though.
Woo.
Worked out in our favor. Emery grabs this, skates around the first girl. She cuts wide. Shot. Oh, and it just goes wide of the net. Naya's the first to it. She's going to center this, but Forest Lake is there, and they intercept that attempt. Naya re-grabs it from Forest Lake, passes it over to Emery. Emery with another shot. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Forest Lake picks it back up, sends it around the back of the net. Forest Lake able to clear. Brooklyn's going to be there first, though, and grabs it on the red line. She's going to try to send it back in. Emery picks it up, but Forest Lake coming up big and taking it away from Emery as Emery goes down. Naya, though, strips Forest Lake of this. Pass it up to Hazel, who's fresh off the bench.
Oh, dear.
Hazel tries to pass it to Emery. Gets intercepted by Forest Lake, and they're going to bring it back in. I don't know. That was a close offside. She might have had one skate. I'll give it to her. Shot on net. Gets saved by Faith. Sent behind the goal. Bob, dangerous play back there as Faith had to close the door from behind the net. Almost went around. Hazel trying to get it back up to Naya. Naya tried to center to Emery, just couldn't do it. Hazel picks this back up. Forest Lake buzzing. We could use a whistle at this point. Forest Lake shot attempt hits the side of the net. We got 2:39 left of this period.
Come on, Bob. She's going to run it out of here. Good.
Bob grabs it. She's going to carry it out of the zone, passes it to Emery. Emery gets it into the zone. Forest Lake, though, doing a good job, and they take the puck away. Audrey, though, stepping in to help force it. She strips them, centers one, but it hits the side of the net. Goes back to Audrey. Audrey fires, but goes high. Goaltender could not glove that one down. It goes to the far side corner. Naya firing it from the corner. Goes over to the back of the net.
Nice pressure by Emery.
Emery trying to grab it. Forest Lake grabs this and brings it back out. Audrey Fitzpatrick all over him, though, there. Naya grabs it, tries to go to chip it back up to Audrey. Gets it up to Audrey now. Audrey's going to skate it right between Kinsley and Sadie and brings it in the zone. Shot goes just wide. Kinsley's now after it in the corner. Puck's going to drop back to who is that? Yeah, no, Claire on the D. Shot attempt just goes wide. Kinsley tries to center it from the corner. Hits traffic in front. Sadie picked it up and passed it over. Audrey picked it up, tries to shoot, but hits traffic out in front. Comes back out to Janie. Janie fires a shot from the point. Hits traffic in front. Kinsley grabs it, tries to center it. Forest Lake, though, intercepting, and they grab this and carry it out of the zone. Audrey again in hot pursuit, though. Puck gets thrown on net, and Faith decides to cover, and these girls are looking like a different team than they were yesterday.
Thank goodness. Minute and 8 left of this period. They need to stay on fire like they are.
They are fired up. They're playing really aggressive. Looks like we're going to throw Libby out there in the center. We're going to have Kinsley and Sadie out as wing. Bob and Brooklyn out at D. Libby chips it forward. It goes to Forest Lake's D. They're going to be able to keep the zone by dumping it in deep. Bob sends it around the back of our net. Brooklyn after it. Brooklyn battling Forest Lake in the corner. Sadie steps up to steal the puck. She's able to get possession. She tries to get through on the near side boards. Just can't make it through as Forest Lake grabs in. We get a whistle. I don't know what's going on. There's a Forest Lake girl.
His arm up.
With Forest Lake's down, it looks like we're going to get a checking call maybe, or a hook. So Brooklyn's taking her second trip to the sin bin. Gonna have to call her mom at dispatch to let her know.
Okay.
She's got the... What do they do at the Gopher games? The sound of the police. Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the police. Play some Bad Boys music for her. Forest Lake is back up.
They're back up. Coming back out. I'm guessing they think that we play like a bunch of jerks at this point, but I'm okay with that. We play aggressive.
So far, I haven't seen anything egregious.
Looks like we're going to do a little bit of a line change. As a result, we're going to throw Natalie out there with Allie. Who's that? Clara, and I can't see the other.
It's Hazel, Allie,
Hazel.
Clara,
I missed Hazel.
and Natalie. Oh, someone's got to take the.
Allie's going to take this face-off circle. Puck gets one over. Forest Lake gets a shot on goal, and Faith comes up and makes a good save, keeping this 4-0.
3
going.
seconds off the penalty.
Yeah, we did. Now we got Natalie in the face-off circle. Puck gets one over to Allie. Puck's in front of the net. Scramble here. Girls trying to get possession of this. Bob comes up with it.
That's
Allie comes up with it. Forest Lake able to hold the zone.
Oh!
Again, able to hold the zone, but Allie comes up and muscles her way through at the blue line, and it comes back down to the Forest Lake end. Forest Lake gets it just over their blue line, and they're going to get it back out. And just like that, we got a one-on-one. Forest Lake brings it back into our zone. Not able to get a shot off as Clara stepped up big for us.
And here she comes.
And she now gets possession of this puck. She's going to carry it through the neutral zone. She cuts around. Oh, and she gets robbed by the buzzer as she had cut around all the girls and was going to be in alone on a breakaway crossing over the blue line. The buzzer robbed her. Well, we'll start the third period with 16 seconds left of the PK. Go back for on
Coach is fired up about
5 on
something.
5.
I'm not really sure what.
He's pumping up Faith as she's made some incredible saves here.
Yeah.
Harper and her now have had back-to-back incredible games.
Yeah,
Harper stood on her head and got the shutout yesterday, which is an amazing.
Been on fire this weekend.
They have been. It's just been a fun tournament. Even Faith against Wyzetta, they were an insanely good team.
Oh yeah.
And she took a lot of shots on goal during that game, a lot. And she held strong. I don't have much to say. The girls just need to continue exactly what they're doing now. The occasional penalty is going to happen when you play this aggressive. Like I said, the first intermission, I'm okay with that.
It's not like they're taking cheap penalties, Billy. They're taking penalties because they're coming in hard and they're playing hard, and that's what we want to see.
I think people at home just mute their TV.
Probably. I would.
I would too.
These two are annoying.
Imagine putting me on closed captioning. Crap that I say sometimes. Words that don't make sense.
Wouldn't even be able to figure it out.
Well, Audrey's back in the face-off circle. She'll have Naya and Emery out to her wing. We have Bob and, oh yeah, that's right. We had one too many. Emery's going back off.
I forgot we're on a penalty.
Yeah. Janie and Bob will be back at D. Face-off comes back our direction. Janie steps up and takes down 2 Forest Lake girls in doing so. Actually, they took themselves down.
True.
Bob steps up and sends it up the middle. Goes to the far side boards. Audrey steps in there. She loses her stick momentarily. Well, almost loses her stick. It looked like it did. Bob picks this up in the neutral zone. She's going to carry it into the zone. She dumps it in deep behind the goaltender.
Smart play.
Forest Lake grabs it behind the goaltender. Sends it around to the far side boards. Back on full strength as Emery's now back on the ice. Naya comes in, tries to shoot it, hits traffic in front. Emery steps up to support. Audrey picks it up, tries to throw it on net, but hits traffic again. Emery muscling her way through there. Centering attempt by Audrey, hits traffic in front and gets bounced out to the middle. Janie, with just sheer size and strength, steps up and knocks a couple of the girls down.
Oh, dear.
Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Bob goes cross ice over to Audrey. Audrey picks this up.
Loses it, but picks it up again.
Yep, she's going to carry it into the zone. She's going to try to cut through girls. Puck bounces back off, but Janie able to hold the zone. She chips it into the far side or near side corner. Puck's going to drop back. Bob stepping up to try to hold the zone. She's able to do so. She throws one on net. And the goaltender comes up with a save. Another great shift by these girls.
Yes.
And we're going to get a line change. Libby's line along with
Libby
Sadie
and the neighbors.
Kinsley. Yep, Kinsley and Sadie will be out. They'll have Hazel and Claire out there also. Starting to get these names down finally.
Oh, that's good, Billy. Only took you, 3/4 of the
Yeah,
season.
well, whatever. Libby's going to be in the face-off circle.
You already knew part of the team. Good.
The ref's a little confused, thinking that we're shorthanded. Oh, they are. Forrest Lake's shorthanded one girl. We thought we were shorthanded because Kinsley's directly behind the center. Libby wins this. She's going to almost maintain full-on possession of this. Kinsley's after it into the boards. Able to force Forrest Lake to get it in deep again. Forrest Lake tries to clear the zone. They're going to be able to do so barely. As Clara comes back out. Kinsley had picked it up, sends it over to Sadie. Sadie loses it on the blue line. Clara there to grab it as Forrest Lake tried to throw it into the zone. Clara passes it right up the middle to Libby. Libby gets it over to Sadie. Sadie carries it in wide. She throws it in deep. Kinsley's forechecking back behind the goaltender. She gets there first. She disrupts the play.
F1.
Strips, centers it. Oh, but Sadie can't get her stick on there as Forrest Lake did. Libby strips Forrest Lake before they could get it out of the zone. Circles it over to the near side boards.
Oh, bummer.
And Forrest Lake able to dump it out of the zone. As Clara had came up with that, she tries to go cross ice over to... Oh!
My goodness!
Oh, bummer. What a weird play. Clara tried to pass it over to Hazel. Forrest Lake disrupted it and got it into the zone. They took a shot. It goes off the pipe, bounces back out right to the same Forrest Lake girl, and they get their own rebound off that pipe and scored. Not much Faith could have done on that.
No,
that was a weird bounce.
That was a real goofy bounce.
And the back door was open no matter what on that one. Goofy play there. 4-1. Well, Audrey comes up with his face-off win. Janie's going to get it into the zone. Natalie steps up to support to help keep it in the zone here. Forrest Lake throws it against the near side boards. Can't get it out yet. They finally are able to get it out. Janie grabs it though. She goes cross ice over to Brooklyn. Pass was a little bit out of the reach of Brooklyn's grass there. She gets it, throws it all the way down the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing. We'll be coming back down to our end for a defensive zone draw. Looks like we're going to leave the same forwards out there, so Audrey will still be in the face-off spot. Allie and Natalie out there at her wing, same defense. Nine minutes left of this game. Audrey loses the face-off to Forrest Lake, but
Nice.
Brooklyn steps up and chips it right out. The way icing's been waved off as it went off the Forrest Lake player. Audrey comes quick into the zone with support from Brooklyn, and they're able to keep it in deep. Allie back around pressuring. Support from Natalie on the far side boards. Allie comes up with this, fires it right in the middle.
It's out, it's out, it's
Oh,
out!
it hits the goaltender and bounced out. I think he had thought she had covered it, couldn't see from his angle that it bounced out and blew the whistle, and then it popped out and Forrest Lake carried it back around the net. So I can understand the ref that was behind the play blew the play dead. I thought I heard a faint whistle there before.
I thought I did too.
Forrest Lake did
but
it.
it was so incorrectly blown, I just, thought nothing else of it. Because I had the perfect angle.
Libby loses this face-off to Forrest Lake. They're able to chip it out into the neutral ice. Bob's going to be first to it. They're going to send it over to Clara. Clara is dumping it up the boards, trying to get it up to Naya.
Nice job.
Libby comes up with this, cuts right up the middle, tries to shoot, but Forrest Lake gets a stick on her, under her stick, and she can't get a clean shot off. Naya
Nice job.
grabs the puck, throws one on net, hits the goaltender in the pads, and she's able to cover that. I'm certain she actually knew where that was for a second. Girls are doing a great job continuing to pressure in the offensive zone today. Libby will remain in the face-off circle. Got Naya and Emery out there as support. Libby comes up with this. Oh, and just before she fires, Forrest Lake gets a stick on her stick and takes away her shot. Emery cycling around. She grabs this puck. Shot. Goaltender deflects it back behind the goal. Maybe trying to pressure. Clara sends one just wide from the point. Forest Lake grabs it back behind their goaltender. Emery circling around trying to grab it.
Oh, nice pressure.
Emery again reacquires this puck. Forest Lake though battling through. Emery comes up with it again. Shot from an angle, and the goaltender goes down and saves that. Another good shift by this line. Coach is going to take and get some new skaters out there as we're going to get Audrey Fitzpatrick, Kinsley Hamas, and Sadie Truzo, along with Hazel Lewis and Janie, what was her last name? Landmeyer. Audrey will take the face-off. Goes over to Kinsley.
Oh!
Kinsley can't come up with it. Sadie steps over to support. She's quick to grab it on the near side boards. Puck goes out to the middle of the ice. Janie steps up, grabs it, and throws it. Forest Lake comes up with this, though, and is going to be able to skate it out. Janie's going to push her off to the boards, and they can't get nothing on that. Shot attempt, but gets intercepted by Hazel. She throws it around the boards. Goes to Kinsley. Kinsley being pressured by Forest Lake, though.
Kinsley says, nuh-uh.
Hazel steps up to support. She throws it up to the point. Audrey's there to battle for this. She's going to just use her body and blocks off the Forest Lake girl, and they're able to get it out of the zone. Comes out, and now it's deep into the far side corner of the Forest Lake zone.
Audrey muscles that girl down.
Janie just can't get there to hold the blue line. And we're going to bring it back in offsides as Hazel dumps it in, and Sadie just couldn't get it out of the zone quick enough because she was deep in that corner. And we're going to get a new lineup. Libby is going to be back out on the ice. She'll have help from Allie and Natalie. We'll get a center ice face-off. Bob and Brooklyn are back out on the ice also. Forest Lake comes up with this face-off win. They send it back our direction, and Bob grabs it. She throws it up the near side boards. Bounces off and can't maintain possession. Comes back out of the zone. Bob with a good play to knock it over to Allie. Allie sends it up, or Brooklyn sends it up to Allie, and it goes down the length of the ice, and we get an icing. We get a defensive zone draw. 6:09 left in this period, this game.
Yeah.
Libby will take the face-off. Same lineup is out there. Forest Lake wins this face-off draw, but Natalie's fresh in there to disrupt the play. Shot attempt by Forest Lake, but it hits Allie, and Allie gets it out into the neutral ice. Forest Lake turns around and gets it in, and now Forest Lake is coming in. Bob stepping up, takes the angle. Ooh. Centering attempt by Forest Lake, and nobody home, and Natalie gets it on the near side boards, and she's going to send it down the length of the ice. Not enough steam, though, to make it all the way down for an icing, so girls come into the offensive zone. We're able to hold it. Allie throws one. Gets intercepted in front. Brooklyn there to able to hold the blue line. Libby grabs it, tries to cut around. Bob able to hold the zone on the blue line. Natalie stepping up, trying to pressure. Allie grabs this. Shot. Goes into the goalie. Rebound comes out, is underneath two of the Forest Lake girls as she goes down.
Oh.
Shot attempt goes wide of the net, but bounces off the dasher boards behind, I believe, and the goalie grabs it as it sprung back out in front again, and we get another whistle. Another great play by these girls. More and more pressure every shift.
Yep.
We'll have Audrey Fitzpatrick, Naya, and Emery out there as your forwards. We'll get Clara and Janie out as your D-pates here. Audrey's in the face-off dot, wins it over to Naya. Naya tries to get a shot on goal, but Forest Lake gets a stick on it. Puck backs back down to Clara. Clara tries to shoot, hits traffic in front. Clara with a shot goes in front. There's a scrum in front there as the goalie comes to is able to hold on to that. Emery crashed that net hard and was looking for that.
I think she's holding Emery's stick too.
I love it.
Sure get another
smallest
poke at
girl
it.
out there battling the hardest in front of the net. Audrey back in the face-off circle. She tries to win it forward. Forest Lake comes up with it, tries to clear the zone. Claire is there to hold it. Shot from the point, hits a Forest Lake player and deflects and almost goes in there. Emery gets it on the far side corner, throws it back behind the net. Claire is back there to help hold. They're battling behind the net. Forest Lake steps up, tries to grab it. Audrey picks it up and tries to backhand her it in. It goes off the pipe. Can't get it in though. Forest Lake throws it off the boards. Audrey grabs it. Shot again. Just goes wide and behind the net. Emery grabs it on the far side boards now. Goes around to Janie on the point. Janie almost loses their footing, but able to stay up and shoot it back in. Clara trying to backhand it in. Goes behind the net. Emery trying to center it.
Naya trying to backhand it in.
Oh, Naya. Sorry. Naya trying to get it in. And Forest Lake comes up with this. They're going to try to carry it out of the zone. They get it in the neutral zone, but not before Audrey picks her off. Emery picks it up, is going to carry it in. It's got Audrey with support. Emery with a shot. Blocker gets deflected up and over the net. Audrey recenters it right into the goalie, and they're going to hang on and cover. More and more pressure again from this line. We're going to get Libby, Sadie, Kinsley out now with Hazel and Brooklyn coming off the bench. See what this line can do. Maybe they can finally bury one. 3:53 left in the game. Game keeps getting better and better as it goes on.
I know.
Libby will be in the face-off dot. She wins this back up. Forest Lake coming up with it. Libby tries to pressure him immediately. Kinsley cutting over. She battles. She throws it out front to Sadie. Sadie cuts around. Shot. Oh, and it goes off the goaltender and gets sent to the far side board. What a great play. Forest Lake trying to get it out on the blue line. They're able to just get it out as Brooklyn can't hold the zone. And they bring it back in and offsides, and we get a whistle. Forest Lake gets a small change here, and Libby will be back in the face-off dots. Libby's going to just try to muscle her way through, and she wins that. She just goes right through these girls, throws one on net. Goaltender deflects it into the corner. Kinsley's first to it, centers it, but it hits traffic in front and is going to bounce out. Brooklyn's there to pick it up. She's going to go cross ice to Hazel. Pass is a little bit off its mark as a result. And there's a scrum here on the near side boards as they look like they're playing rugby again.
Whoa!
Hazel steps in and goes down. Forest Lake comes up with it. They try to get it out into the neutral zone, but they're forced to bring it back into their own zone to regroup. They're coming out, trying to pass it up the middle. Sadie intercepts, goes to Kinsley. Libby picks it up. She's going to carry it in. Sadie grabs it. She tries to get it in deep. Puck's going to go into the near side corner here. Forest Lake has it. They're back behind our net. They try to clear the zone. Hazel can't hold it, and it tries to bring it back in, but that's going to be an offsides. Coach uses the whistle or an opportunity to get some fresh legs out on the ice. We're going to have Audrey Fitzpatrick back out there. It looks like Natalie and Allie. That Clara and Bob as your D-mates. Puck goes into the zone, but Forest Lake able to clear it.
Oh no.
Clara tries to do a backhand pass over to Bob. Pass got intercepted. I don't know how we didn't get a tripping call actually on that one.
Yeah, we flecked out on that one.
Forest Lake comes in offsides. I got to imagine the Forest Lake coaches are pretty frustrated as Bob turned around. Her stick caught the legs of that Forest Lake player and took her down.
Well, it makes up for when Brooklyn just got an elbow to the face mask over here, I guess.
Obviously, she wasn't intending, but that's not the rule. So, but puck comes back into our zone, but Claire does a nice job dumping it out. Playing with it on the offensive blue line, goes into the Forest Lake zone. Audrey's after it as Forest Lake brings it back around their goaltender. Allie intercepts a pass attempt on the far side there, tries to center it, but Forest Lake grabs it and sends it back behind their goaltender, trying to clear it, but Natalie's there. Claire trying to hold the zone. It pops out. Forest Lake picks it up on their own blue line, and they're going to carry it into the zone. Natalie does a nice job back checking, and they're forced to send it into the boards behind the goaltender, and they can't do anything.
Oh dear.
Action in front. Bob sends it off the boards. Forest Lake holds the zone, dumps it back in. Bob gets it again, and she's able to clear the zone, and a rolling puck. Audrey's after it. Audrey's first to it along with the Forest Lake player. They go into the corner. Audrey wins that battle, tries to center it, but hits the back of the post. Audrey again still on it. She still has it. She tries to throw it over from her butt. She tried to pass it over to Clara. Clara's going to pass it over to Bob. Bob sends it, tries to send it up, but Forest Lake gets a stick on it.
I don't like these no-look D-to-D passes.
Yeah. Puck gets brought around the backside of her board. Naya throws it up to Emery, and Emery's all alone on a breakaway. She shoots it, hits the pad of the goaltender. She gets her own rebound, tries to recenter, but it goes just wide. What a great play there by the girls.
Yes.
Springing Emery on a breakaway, and she had Audrey coming with her. Puck drops back to Janie. Janie sends it out in front, goes to Naya. Naya fires one, but it just goes wide of the net. Audrey picks it up in the corner, tries to center it again, gets knocked behind. Emery brings it back around, passes it to Emery, or Naya. Naya fires it, but it goes just wide. Drops back to Janie as the time expires, and that will be it. As our girls win this one 4-1. They come off the bench to congratulate Faith that she had an amazing game and had some great saves. The only goal she let in was not her fault and a weird bounce. Tremendous effort by our girls. They changed this game around from what they started from yesterday. Whatever the coaching changes are with these different lineups. I hope he keeps these same lineups for Shakopee tonight. I'm sad I'll be missing it.
Well, you know, Billy, you could skip the boys' game and come to it.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
not
guess
gonna
if
happen.
you really cared about your daughter, maybe you
Oh,
would.
okay. And not cared about my son.
Details.
Well, fine. I'll come to this game. You go to the boys' game. You'll have to co-commentate with John Pitzel, though.
Deal.
No, I'm going to go to that game. So, all right. Well, good game. Be back at, what, 5:30?
I believe
5:45.
so. I think it's 5:30 because I think the boys' game's 5:45.
All right. Girls are going to do a prayer circle, it looks like. I like that.
I like
Finish
that
up.
if they speed it up and get off the ice because the Zamboni's going to come run them over.
No, they're
That's
not.
my only concern.
That's not even on the Zamboni.
I forgot.
Yeah, exactly. These people like children here. All right.